You know, the way to your sweetie's heart is a lot of time through the stomach. You know?
Yeah.
And we got Chef JJ here who's showing us some great ways to make some points with your sweetie. And if you fix a meal like this, I think you're set. I really do.
Yes, she will be hands down so impressed. I mean, it's beautiful. The color, the filet, and that potato cake.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got the bread, which you know.
Oh, yeah.
Mama likes bread, JJ.
Yeah. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. You know, you can always dress it up, a little balsamic in that oil if you want it, you know, whatever makes you happy there. You know, that's just so simple to do, you know. And this just really elevates your whole meal. Just thinking about this one little step and a pretty plate to put it on. You know,
Happy
really
Valentine's
takes it to that
Day.
next level. You know, we made that potato cake. You know, I took that stuffing out of that loaded potato.
Okay.
And then I mixed it with a little bit of egg and flour like we talked about. Fried it up with a little panko on the outside.
Okay.
And then this is what you get. You get a good old-fashioned potato cake.
Nice and crunchy on the outside and nice and tender on the inside.
Yeah, the key is a good medium, high heat, not getting too hot, and then making it thin enough where it's going to cook in time on both sides without burning. That's a key point there. But if you ever get worried, you can always pull it off and put it in the oven for a minute.
Okay.
And I love the panko crumb idea there. That really gives it that nice coating.
I like that crunch.
Yeah, me
crunch
too.
is good.
You know, we cook these bacon-wrapped asparaguses. So we'll put those guys right on top of that potato cake. And you know, we cooked up this steak. I'm going to use this guy right here.
Look at that filet.
Put him right on top.
Okay.
And what we did is we made a pan sauce. Now, what I was working on, you know, to do the break and everything there, is after I took the steaks out, I turned the heat to low, I added some butter and some shallots.
Okay.
I let those get nice and caramelized. Then I added the red wine. I added about half a cup of red wine and a half a cup of beef stock. But I let the red wine cook down a little bit. I started smelling it. After a little while, you know, it toned down the alcohol smell. Then I added the beef stock, and then I cooked it some more. And after I did that, I added a little bit of a heavy whipping cream. Seasoned it, just a little seasoning, whatever I needed for salt and pepper. And now we've got this sauce that we can pour right over top of our steak.
Oh, that looks so rich and wonderful.
And then what that does is that really makes your plate really something else. You've taken something simple, and I did strain it to get some of those onions and stuff out of it, and that really takes it to the next level. So whenever you go home and you do that for the loved ones, then you know you're really going to have something really, really nice.
That is a 5-star meal.
Absolutely.
It really is.
I mean, that looks like something that they would serve you when you're at one of those, you know, fancy linen tablecloths with the flowers and a little candle.
Yeah.
And she will be so impressed.
I did nothing complicated there. It sounds complicated, but that's a potato cake with our bacon-wrapped asparagus, a nice cooked beef tenderloin on top of it, and then, of course, the hardest thing was probably the pan sauce, but just think gravy. It's like a gravy.
And you just
Make
follow the recipe that we're going to post that JJ gave us. So follow his instructions, and you too can make that at home. Plus, you used the meal deal, which I love.
did. Oh, yeah.
Saving some money.
And you were talking about this salad earlier.
Thank
and
you.
talked about the Parmesan bowl.
Yep.
That's not the only thing you did here.
I did. You know, you got that color, that Valentine's Day color. That's actually Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So I took chicken tenders and I soaked them in a buttermilk ranch overnight. And then I actually just crushed up the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and I dipped it in it, and I baked it, Kirby. Didn't fry it. Baked it in the oven.
So happy.
Kirby's happy, yes.
Baked it in the oven until they were done. You know, I cut them a little smaller so they were easy to cook, and that's going to give you that flavor. Now, I'll tell you a secret. When you cook those, when you crush those up and you bake them, they lose a lot of that hit. They're not really flaming hot.
Okay.
They're just kind of like a little bit hot.
Okay.
So it's kind of a fun way for a Caesar salad. You got that color in for the holiday.
And that bowl that you made, I love that.
Shredded Parmesan in heat. That's all you need for that. A good pan that's nonstick. You know, have a nice little pile there, spread it out. It only takes about 5 minutes on 400. Now the key is you got to put it over a bowl. I just had a good small bowl. I took it out and I just slipped it right over the bowl, and it molded to it.
Okay. And did you have to be really careful? I could see trying to. Okay, yeah. So
I just kind of went.
Okay.
Tipped it right out there.
I like the sound effects.
That you can eat everything, including
I know.
Yes.
Well, and I love Parmesan when you put it in the little, and you can get that shredded and it's ready to go. And
Parmesan is the friend of a Caesar salad. That's a big part of it. So now you got the bowl that you can eat to go with that. And that's just a little small step to make your sweetie something a little bit nicer with something you can get at a great deal at Food City.
Absolutely.
Oh, Chris, Tammy just called. She said, yes, I would like all of this. So make sure you take notes from JJ.
I think I'm going to be cooking a lot. I think I'm going to be cooking a lot.
Hey, Wonderful job. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. What an elegant meal for Valentine's Day. Thank you, JJ.
Great job, JJ.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, folks, we'll be back with more Daytime coming up in just a few moments.